We all have our favourites, we all have those dumb reach fragrances that we can just pick up anytime, we can rely on them, we know they are going to do the job. These are my current dumb reach fragrances that I just can't stop wearing. I often find myself just rushing out the house. Maybe I'm going to the gym, maybe I'm going to go and pick the kids up from somewhere, maybe I'm heading into town to go to a shop or something, but I just don't have a lot of time to decide which fragrance I'm wearing, and it would be inconceivable, unacceptable to leave the house without wearing a fragrance. What would the world think of me? So when I've not got time to decide on what I'm wearing, when I've not got time to make a considered decision, there are several fragrances that I know I can just grab, spray on and go, and I'll love them. Being a gentleman of society, this is one that I've got recently and I found myself just reaching for because it's so easy to reach for. From Givenchy, it's Gentleman Society Extreme. Some of the standout notes in this one are peppermint, nutmeg, coffee, orris or iris, Madagascan vetiver, Madagascan vanilla, Australian sandalwood and Himalayan cedar. So they've been around the world to gather the ingredients for this with quite an extended stop off in Madagascar, but it was all worth it because it smells so good. As you know, I'm a coffee fan. I love drinking black, strong coffee every day, and I kind of like coffee and fragrances as well. Sometimes fragrances that have a very prominent coffee note can be darker, they can be quite intense, they can be harder to wear all year round because they're perhaps more suited for colder months, but this one is not. I get that nice hit of coffee, that nice hint of coffee. It's not too dominant in the fragrance, although it is there, but there's some fruitiness, there's some freshness, there's some spiciness. I get that lovely powdery lipsticky iris that you know I adore so much that I will mention in some other fragrances that I've got on this list. But this fragrance just ticks a lot of boxes for me. It's so nicely blended, it smells sophisticated, it smells refined, it smells gentlemanly and a little bit extreme. If I'm going to the gym, it kind of works. If I'm just walking around town, if I'm whatever I'm doing, I know that I can really enjoy this fragrance and I know that it will be appropriate for anything. If I'm going out for an evening event, it's gonna work. If I'm gonna go out for a casual visit to a restaurant, it's gonna work. It's one of those fragrances that I've really been enjoying. I've been loving this. This has become a dumb reach. This is a fragrance that never disappoints me. And at the moment, I can't stop wearing it. This next one will come as no surprise because I've been banging on about this non-stop since I got it. Unfortunately, it's discontinued, although don't worry because I do have a very similar alternative for you. The fragrance I'm talking about is Dior Homme for men, not women. Men. Of course, we've got that beautiful powdery iris that we have at the heart of many of Dior's men's fragrances. Also, nice bit of clean freshness, making it an extremely versatile and satisfying fragrance. This is my most worn Dior fragrance at the moment because I love the Dior iris smell. I love it in Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum, but I don't always feel like I'm in the mood for those other Dior fragrances or that I'm in a situation where it's appropriate to wear those fragrances. Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum, they, for me, are fragrances that I will wear when I want to make more of a statement, when maybe I'm going out for a night out, I'm going out for the evening, I'm going out for an event. I still would wear Dior Homme for those occasions, but I don't wear Dior Homme Intense and Dior Homme Parfum as much, despite them being the masterpieces that they are. I kind of save them for select occasions. This one works all occasions. Every occasion, even if I've just got out of the shower at home, I can just splash this on, and I can splash this on because this is the splash version of Dior Homme. I've got a spray version as well. I bought this just as it was being discontinued and I ended up with the splash bottle, but then I still managed to get a 50ml spray bottle. But I love this splash bottle because out the shower, splash it on, feels a little bit old school to do that, a little bit home alone, and also it allows me to get my nose right on the juice inside the bottle, which obviously you can't do on the spray bottles, and I get an intense intake of that beautiful Dior Homme smell. If you can't get hold of it, don't spend silly prices on people selling discontinued bottles of it on eBay. I would suggest that you simply go for Prada L'Homme. Pretty much doing the same thing, gonna give you all the qualities that you get from Dior Homme Eau. Perhaps not quite as creamy in that really satisfying way as Dior Homme Eau, but as an everyday dumb reach wear, if you want that powdery iris, if you want that clean, fresh vibe, Prada L'Homme is a fantastic option. Now, I know this next fragrance, some people think is a little bit basic, and it kind of is, but it's still a niche scent. This is Percival from Parfums de Marly. We've got lovely fresh citrus, lavender, some spices in there, and a nice woody base. All right, yeah, this is not a complex niche fragrance, but not all niche fragrances have to be more challenging and harder to wear. Some can be dumb reaches, and I think Percival is that. It ticks that box for me. I can put this on and I know that I'm not going to smell complicated, and that's the type of smell that most people enjoy, let's be honest. Most people who are going to be smelling a fragrance on you will not get a very complex niche fragrance, so we don't always want to go for that. But what you do get, as you get with all PDM's fragrances, is the quality. You get that full-bodied density, that richness, but still in a very easy to wear, very fresh, clean fragrance. And I think it smells pretty sophisticated. So when I say basic in terms of it being an uncomplicated smell, but in my opinion, it is still a very accomplished fragrance. Yeah, maybe it smells quite similar to other things out there, but I don't care. I've got this one. I love this. Often I'm leaving the house, I see this, it's winking at me on the shelf, and I know it will never let me down. In my opinion, Percival is one of the highest quality dumb reach fragrances you can ever buy. Got one from Chanel here. This is one of my long-standing favorites. I'm always talking about this scent for years. It's just been a dumb reach, but it smells so good. I am always so satisfied when I wear this fragrance. It's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. It's fresh, it's fruity, it's sexy, it's sporty. This has got to be one of the most versatile fragrances that I have. I could have only this fragrance in my collection and I'd be pretty happy, because it would just suit so many different moods, so many different occasions. I've been finding myself reaching dumbly for this so often that I'm getting pretty low on the juice in here, and I got a little bit worried that Chanel maybe would discontinue it, maybe change the formula, maybe a new formulation would come out that wasn't as good. So I wanted to make sure I got myself a little bit of a backup. Big bit of a backup actually, because I upgraded my 50ml bottle size to 100ml. Yep, so now I've got the big boy. I'm gonna be wearing this dumbly for the foreseeable future. Let me tell you, this week, the people at my gym have been experiencing so much Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. I'm surprised I've not been asked to leave yet. We're going back to another niche fragrance, and it seems crazy to say that a fragrance that costs nearly £400 is a dumb reach, because maybe when you spend that much on a fragrance, you don't just want to be spraying it willy-nilly every single day. But with this one, I just can't help myself. It's that good. From Amouage, Reflection 45. Lavender, juniper, cardamom, iris, tonka bean, neroli, vanilla, olibanum, sandalwood. It's all going on with this one. This is an exceptional fragrance from Amouage. I love the original Reflection Man, and that is another fragrance that I find incredibly easy to wear and very enjoyable. This one just has a bit of extra depth, a bit of extra intensity, a little bit of earthiness in there that the original doesn't have, so it's got a bit more attitude. It's more impactful, which is why I lean more towards Reflection 45, but it's still very easy to wear. I can't think of any occasions where I wouldn't want to wear this fragrance. I do tend to wear it a lot for a night out fragrance, for an evening fragrance, for a special occasion fragrance. It's kind of my ultimate compliment getting special occasion dumb reach fragrance. If I was going to a special occasion or an event every single day, I'd probably be reaching for this every single day. Proof of that is I've got a pitiful amount left in this bottle, just a few drops. This is the closest thing I have to a signature scent right now. The only other signature scent I've had in my life is Jean Paul Gaultier's La Malle, back in the day before I really got into fragrances. And as we know, Reflection Man has sort of certain similarities to that, obviously not exactly the same, so that scratches that itch for me. It feels like it's a more grown-up continuation of my very first signature scent. And if I think of the type of smell that I would love my family to associate with me, that I would love my kids to grow up thinking, oh yeah, I remember, that's how Daddy used to smell, I think it'd be this one. So if I was to choose a signature scent right now, Reflection 45 would be the one. There are occasions when we want a very easy to wear fragrance that is also impactful, that is going to make a mark, that is a bit of a statement maker, but that most people generally will enjoy, that is very mass appealing. And I find that that is the case with Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. Amazing, fruity, leathery scent, got a lovely bit of sweetness, tons of depth. This is a very strong scent. When I know I'm going somewhere or I've got a bit of an occasion, not necessarily a special occasion, but an occasion, or if I'm going to an event, if I'm in the mood to wear a fragrance that gets noticed, that makes a statement, then this is so easy to reach for. It's such a distinctive smell, it's such a characterful fragrance, it's textured, it's layered, it's got great structure, it's got good backbone, it's got that attitude that I always mention that I like in my fragrances. It's got all those things, but it's still a fragrance that I could wear casually. Probably wouldn't wear it for the gym, only because I smelt some guy wearing this in the gym once and it choked me out a little bit. If I was going to wear it for the gym, it would literally be one little spray, maybe on the back of my neck. But generally, I wouldn't wear it for the gym. But all other occasions, casually, special occasions, Tom Ford's Ombre Leather is one that I will consistently reach for to wear. It's just another one of those that I will look at on my shelf. I don't even have to think about it. I can grab, I can go, and I know it's going to do the job. I wear this loads. All right, there are my top dumb reach fragrances at the moment that I find are very easy to wear, but still get the job done in a really satisfying way. Pretty audacious to put a £400 fragrance in there as an everyday dumb reach, but I don't care. I love it. What are your favorite dumb reach fragrances? And I'm not just talking about fragrances that you can just put on and forget about. I don't want forgettable dumb reaches. I want your memorable dumb reaches, those that you know you can rely on, that you know will do the job, pretty versatile, but you could just look at them on your shelf and know, spray it on without even thinking about it, and you're gonna love it. And those are the fragrances that I'm wearing the most and that you're probably wearing the most as well. So I'd love to hear what yours are. Right, there we go. I just wanted to share all that with you. I thought you might be interested since you're a subscriber of this channel. And if you're not a subscriber of this channel, why not consider subscribing? It really helps. If you like the video, give it a like. And if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.